So, as part of your portfolio for your puzzle cube, you're going to want to include some technical drawings, which are drawings that you can make based off of your inventor parts that you've created. So, all of your dimensions are going to be on there, and everything will be perfectly to scale and shaded and drawn in the right spots. So, after we've drawn multi-view sketching, this is going to either frustrate you because it's way easier, or it's going to make you excited that you don't have to draw multi-view sketches by hand anymore. So once you have your part created, so this is my red puzzle piece part, I want to make a drawing file. So I'm going to click this eye, and I want to make a new file. I can either go new drawing here, or if I click new, it'll open this familiar box that we have. And if I click English and this ANSI IDW, that's what we want to use. So we're going to create that file, and it opens it up down here. So this is a drawing. So first thing that we want to do is change the size of our sheet. So we can see that it says sheet 1 here. We want to right click that, and we want to edit the sheet. And here the size is on C. We want to change that size to A. So now we have the right size sheet that we want, but we don't want this type of a title block. So we have ANSI large highlighted. Let's right click that and delete that. So now we have a blank sheet, but we still want one of those title blocks so that it will give us all the information we want. So all we have to do is click this little plus next to drawing resources, and it will open this drop down of all these other options that we have. So we're talking about the title blocks. You can change a bunch of different things about this, but for right now, all we want to change is that title block. So let's click the plus, and we just want ANSI A. We don't need that big, large one. So we'll right click it and click insert, and there it comes. So it's just a little bit smaller than the other one was. Now, there's no text in here, so it's telling us that we have spots to put all this information in, but we don't have any information there yet. We want to use this. It tells me my date. I can put in the title, the size of my sheet, what scale I'm using, all these different things that are going to be very helpful when we look back at our drawings so we know exactly what we're looking at. So we want to edit the text field. So we can click this eye up here, go to eye properties, looks kind of like an iPod, and we want to click summary. Now you can type in whatever you want. So I'm making my red block, so I'll do that. My subject, I'll just write IED right now. The author is Miss Carson. The manager is Miss Carson. So you're going to put your name under author and my name under manager. The company is Carson Furniture Inc. And that's pretty much the only information we really need. On here you'll see there's the date, and there's a bunch of other different things that we can add in. Part number, the estimated cost. We can add in a lot of information here, but for right now, all we need is this, this top half filled out. So we'll go ahead and apply that and then close it. Now you can see it will come up in here. So Miss Carson, Carson Furniture Inc., red block, and we have our date. So all of our information is going to come up right there. Once we're done with that, we're going to want to put our piece on our file. So we're going to click base here, and you're going to have to go and find your piece. So wherever you saved it, go to where you saved it and click that piece that you want to do. It should show up in this box so you know exactly what piece you're looking at if you saved it as a different file. So I'll go ahead and click my red piece, click open, and this is just because I saved it in a weird spot. And you'll see if I move this out of the way, I have this open already. It's saying where do you want to put it. If I click OK, it will put it right there. It'll think, oh, that was me clicking. And now I have the chance of moving all of these other views, right? This is an isometric view. Here's my right side view. This is my front view. And here's my top view. But I want to show you how to... Oh, class is over. So I want to show you how to do that. If you click by accident, all you have to do is delete that. You can move this box somewhere else, and then you can just click there and the box will go away. Now you can make your views right off of here by just clicking. we always want to have our front view, obviously, our right side view, our top view, and our isometric view. So all you have to do is click and it will just keep your thing. We can also do a bottom left side view. This is a different isometric, the other isometric. So all in all, we have our middle view, and then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other views that we could have. Depending on how complex your piece is, you might need a bottom view or a left side view. But in general, you'll always just pretty much need that front, right, top, and isometric. So when you're done clicking those, all you have to do is click and those boxes will appear. So I'm going to right click and click create. If you just click escape, then all your views will delete. So here's my views. I can move them, but only in certain spots. So I can only move this view up and down, right? I can't move it over because they need to line up. Remember our multi-view sketching? That's why I always told you that you want to line up your views with each other. So I can move this one right and left. I can't move it up and down. If I try to move this corner view, everything will move with it because they want to make sure that you're keeping all of your views together. Once you have all your views placed from your front view, you want your isometric view to be shaded, so we're going to right click on it, click edit view, and now we have this box come up and we can click this little shaded cylinder. You can see here this shows hidden lines, this is hidden line removed, and this is your shaded, so we'll click OK. And now our isometric view has the coloring on it. Now all you need to do is make sure that you have your parts dimensioned. So to do that, we're going to go up here to annotate and we're going to click dimension. And you want to follow your dimensioning guidelines, which you can find on Blackboard under the content folder that says if you need help with 3D modeling. There's a dimensioning help sheet. So you want to make sure all your dimensions stay inside of your house. So think about this is your 4 corners. You want every dimension to stay inside of your 4 corners if you can help it. So we can do our large dimension. I can click, if I click one length, it will tell me what that length is. If I click from one until the other, it'll go from that whole way. As you can see, as I move, my lines get dotted. That means that that's the general distance that you want it to be. So you want to wait until your line, until your dimension clicks in with dotted lines, and that's where you want it to be. It's not wrong if you do it farther away, but I normally do it as the closest one that clicks so that I don't get confused. So I want to put these dimensions on, wait until they click on, and I want this full dimension also. So I need to make sure that all my other things are dimensioned so I know how far all my distances are. If I want to use this to create this part, I need to know. So I'm going to say I can click just this line and drag it out. And I can also click this line and drag it out. But I know from this dimension that this is 1.5. So if I already know that, then I don't need this other 0.75 because it will be the same way as when we make our part and we put our dimensions in and it says you don't need this dimension, you don't need to add it. So just make sure you're only adding the dimensions that are necessary. So once you have your dimensions on, you can go ahead and save this part. All you need to do is click your eye and click Save As. And you can have this whole drawing file created. So I'm going to go through one more a little bit quicker. So we'll do a new drawing file, and I'm going to change my sheet size, edit my sheet size to A. Click OK, and we can see that I have my red part file down here, my red 1 drawing file, and now this one is my 3rd drawing file. So I can delete this and click my drawing resources, add my ANSI A title block, and go back to my iProperties and type in all my information. So now let's say I want to do green block. Subject ID, person. So I'll apply that. Now I want to put my base on. So I don't want my red anymore. I'm going to search. Now I'm going to do my green. So I'll open that. And we'll click. If I click OK down there, it will just click it on there. So I want to click over here. Now I can drag to get my other views and right click and click create. I want to shade this, so I'm going to right click it and do edit view. And I'm going to click my shaded. Now I can see my coloring. I can move it over if I want. Move this a little bit closer. And now I want to make sure that I dimension it. So I'm going to annotate dimension. And I'm going to put my biggest dimensions in. If I did this dimension, this would be the same as my 150 here, so I don't need that. I can just delete that. And I want this large dimension also. I want to tell that this is 0.75, but see how I can't click it? And if I do it out here, my line is going to run right through my 150, and we don't want that. So we're going to delete these. Delete, click delete. So I'm going to add this dimension first, my smaller dimension. And my larger dimension I want to add on top of it. I also want to do this the same thing here to say that this is 0.75, so I'm going to delete this dimension. And I'm going to do my smaller dimension and then my large dimension. And that's pretty much all I need because I know that this whole thing is 150. I don't need to say this dimension. That would be repetitive. So I'll click it, delete. And up here, I know this whole thing's 150 and this part's 75, so I don't need anything. So my whole file here is all finished. I can save that and then I'm all done.